na court order hapa. Tulienda mahakamani, tukachukua hii court order, lakini Kasongo na rai wake wamesema watatii amri ya mahakama.
Today we are diving into a political storm brewing in Western Kenya over President William Ruto's directive to lease state-owned sugar mills.
This process was discussed at length here in this House of Parliament. Mr. Chairman, there was even a question that was taken to court the last time.
Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna is leading the charge, calling it, and I quote, daylight robbery.
This is daylight robbery. There is no other way of putting it. This is daylight robbery. And the issues that have been raised here, number one, there needs to be a transparent process. If you go to Bungoma, the people of Bungoma want Nzoia to be fully functional. They want the machines to work.
But is this a genuine fight for transparency or just another chapter in Kenya's political drama? Let's unpack this saga in 10 minutes flat. On April 16, 2025, Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna stood in the Senate and didn't hold back.
Just a minute. Honorable Speaker, please allow us to speak, Majority Leader. I am on the floor. Why are you heckling us? Why are you heckling us? This is not your house. Leader, this is not your house.
Majority Leader.
All of us.
Majority
and the
Leader.
information that we have comes from the Speaker.
Majority Leader.
You can't heckle us all.
He took aim at the government's plan to lease sugar mills like Nzoia, Chemelil, Soni and Muhoroni. His question: how is it that in the entire world, only 3 Kenyan families seem capable of running these factories? Sifuna's got a point, doesn't he? If this was an international tender, where are the bidders from Brazil, India or even Uganda? Are we to believe Kenya's sugar industry is so exclusive that only a handful of local tycoons can handle it? Sounds like a script from a Nollywood blockbuster, not a transparent tender process. But Sifuna isn't alone in this fight. Over in the Western Kenya, Butere Member of Parliament Tindi Mwale is rallying leaders to stop the leasing of Nzoia Sugar Factory. Mwale is not playing around. He has threatened protest and court action, claiming the tendering process was about as transparent as a Friday morning in Eldoret.
As members of Parliament, we don't support it, and we are going to use all mechanism, even if it's mandamano, even if it's using the law, the courts. And we want also to know why is it that we had a court order and the court order was not respected.
Hold up. A court order was ignored. That is like ignoring a red light at Kenyatta Avenue during rush hour. Mwale is raising red flags, and he is not the only one. Busia Senator Okiya, a man who has never met a government decision he didn't want to scrutinize, dropped a bombshell.
This matter of leasing sugar companies, the following sugar company, that is Nzoia Sugar Company, to West Kenya Sugar Company, Chemelil Sugar Company, Sugar and Allied Industries Limited, leasing of Soni Sugar Company to Busia Sugar Industry Limited, and leasing of Muhoroni Sugar Company to West Valley Sugar Company Limited is unacceptable. First of all, there's no common sense of leasing one sugar company to another one. What exactly are you doing? Giving one sugar company, instead of getting other players to come in and encourage that competition. When you do this, basically what you are doing is that those who are leasing the sugar companies will talk about the nucleus. I think there is about 24,000 acres. They're simply going to grow cane on that thing. There will be no need to grow cane from the farmers. And the whole reason why the farm land was taken away from farmers, right from Mumias, if you look at the colonial government's master print of sugar development in Kenya of 1952, it's very clear that the sugar industry was supposed to set up a nucleus estate and a mill to propel the generation and growing of sugarcane by the local farmer.
Omtatah, who moonlights as a contractor transporting cane for Nzoia Sugar, says he was ambushed by the leasing news. His tractor drivers, yes, his drivers, were the ones who tipped him off about the ownership change.
We represent these people. Everybody was ambushed. They know nothing about this. So when a minister is telling a lie, what are we dealing with? Personally, I'm a declared contractor in Nzoia, and I went out of my way. I applied for them on debt because the company was not paying. I transported Ken for them. My tractors transport Ken. I'm owed about 15 million shillings. Now you are shutting out this company without telling me where is the. I'm not even aware. I just saw drivers calling me saying that the company has changed hands.
If a senator and contractor like Omtatah is out of the loop, what hope do ordinary sugarcane farmers have? This is starting to feel like a heist movie, and Western Kenya farmers aren't even cast as extras. Here's the breakdown. Nzoia Sugar went to Western Kenya Sugar Company, Chemilil to Kibos Sugar, Sony to Busia Sugar Industry, and Muhoroni to West Valley Sugar. Sounds straightforward, right? Not when you've got members of parliament and senators crying foul over transparency.
This matter of leasing sugar companies, the following sugar company, that is Nzoia Sugar Company, to West Kenya Sugar Company, Chemilil Sugar Company, Sugar and Allied Industries Limited, leasing of Sony Sugar Company to Busia Sugar Industry Limited, and leasing of Muhoroni Sugar Company to West Valley Sugar Company Limited is unacceptable.
Enter Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe, who stepped into the ring on May 13th to defend the government. Kagwe insists no factories were sold, only leased, and the process was as open as a matatu window on a hot day.
That was ruled on the 25th of February as to whether there was sufficient stakeholder engagement or not. The courts ruled that there was sufficient stakeholder engagement.
But here's the kicker. If all stakeholders were involved, why are members of parliament, senators and even contractors like Omtatah claiming they were blindsided? Either someone's not telling the truth, or Kenya's definition of stakeholder is limited to VIP guest list.
Only a few people know and right. So, Mr. President, we are telling you where you are, that the people of the region are not happy with the way you are conducting your affairs in the sugar industry, particularly Nzoia Sugar Company.
For Western Kenya, this isn't just about sugar mill. It's about livelihoods. Nzoia Sugar Factory employs thousands, directly and indirectly. If the leasing process flops, farmers, transporters and even workers could be left high and dry. And with leaders like Sifuna, Mwale and Omtatah threatening to take these to the streets or the court, we might be in for a showdown. So, what is at stake? Transparency, trust, and the future of Kenya's sugar industry. Sifuna's daylight robbery jab hits hard because it echoes a deeper concern. Are Kenya's resources being handed over to a select few, while the rest of us are left to watch from the sidelines?
Anauziwa shamba ambayo iko na miwa tayari shilingi 50,000 kwa eka. Anauziwa shule ambayo iko kwa ekari 5 shilingi 250. Anauziwa stadium iko kwa ekari 20 kwa shilingi milioni 1. Hiyo haijawahi fanyika katika historia ya Bungoma.
Kwa sababu ahadi ya Rais William Ruto na Kenya Kwanza ilikuwa kuleta mashini mpya, factory mpya, ama si haikuwa hivyo? Yes. Ilikuwa kulipa wakulima, kulipa wafanyikazi na kufanya hii kampuni iwe nzuri, iwe healthy, ilete faida kwa jamii ya Bungoma. Hakuahidi kuuza hii factory.
Tumemsikiza akiongea siku ya Labor Day akiwa kule Nairobi Uhuru Gardens. Amesema ya kwamba mambo ya Nzoia, mambo ya Chemilil, mambo ya Miwani, mambo ya Sony, factory 5 za serikali ashamalizana nazo. Leo tumwambia hajamalizana na Nzoia. Hawa wazee wamesema aheshimu kote.
Kenyans, it's time to ask, who really benefits from these deals? And will the government come clean about the tendering process before the protests start? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. For Maisha Television, I'm William Juma.